Hello students, now I will take the next drug under the general anesthesia. This is intravenous anesthetics, right, which we can provide intravenous method. And the first drug what I am going to discuss here, that is the thiopentone sodium. This is a very important drug here, thiopentone sodium. And this thiopentone sodium uh, it is an ultra short acting barbiturates, which is highly water soluble. I forget to tell you one thing. I will send you one classification because I have not written classification here because it will take extra time. Otherwise, you can read the classification from book. Before going into these drugs, first read the classification from the book and then go into it. Okay. So you will find that there is a one classification where the barbiturates are there. So that I am discussing here. So thiopentone sodium, which is an ultra short acting barbiturate and highly water soluble. And when we have to give this intravenous 3 to 5 mg per kg as a 2.5% solution can be given. If you give this much, unconsciousness will be producing within 15 to 20 seconds. Okay. Its undissociative form has been lipid solubility, so reaches to the brain quickly. If you are using the undissociative form of this drug, then it reaches to the brain quickly because it has the high lipid solubility. Okay. Consciousness regained in 6 to 10 minutes. If you have given this drug to the patient can regain the consciousness within 6 to 10 minutes. Poor analgesic is not a good analgesic effect, and weak muscle relaxant activity. So both these requirement is not fulfilled by this. Blood pressure falls after the injection, immediately after the injection. Once you give the drug, blood pressure get down once you give the injection. And why it is happening? Due to the vasodilation happening, because of that it's happening. And then, but this fall in blood pressure will recover very soon. Cardiovascular collapse is also one of the condition happens, and but it happens in certain conditions. If the patient is hypovolemic, the volume having less, the blood volume is less, or patient is hypovolemic, or patient is in the shock, or patient is having sepsis. So in any of the case of hypovolemia, shock or sepsis, cardiovascular collapse is possible. There are certain ADR which will be caused by the thiopentone sodium, laryngospasm when respiratory secretions are present. Usually when respiratory secretions are present, laryngospasm can be caused, can be prevented by atropine, but this condition you can use atropine to prevent this particular problem. Shivering and delirium may occur. After recovery, nausea and vomiting. When the patient will recover, after that nausea and vomiting can be possible. Here I want to tell you one homework that you have to do the two other drugs of this category, propofol and etomidate. Okay. Now the next class of the drugs is the slower acting benzodiazepine. Right. Here it was an ultra short acting. Here it is a slower acting benzodiazepine. Usually this drug is used in the pre-anesthetic medication. Pre-anesthetic medication means before giving the anesthesia. I have already discussed this point in the atropine chapter, right? So in pre-anesthetic medication can be used for inducing, maintaining and supplementing the anesthesia. It is used for conscious sedation. Means sedation will be there but consciousness will be there. Large dose produces sedation, amnesia and then consciousness happens, and this all happening within the 5 to 10 minutes. Consciousness reverses in 1 hour, but amnesia remains for 2 to 3 hours. This is a very important point, that consciousness can be reversed in 1 hour, but amnesia will be there for 2 to 3 hours, and sedation will be there to more than 6 hours. Poor analgesic effects. Benzodiazepine is reducing the muscle tone, and usually it happens because of its central effect. No post-operative nausea and vomiting, what we have seen before, what we have seen in the previous thiopentone sodium, it's not happening here. No post-operative nausea and vomiting. Preferred drug for endoscopies, cardiac catheterizations, angiographies, fracture settings, etc. These are the minor surgeries, so in that way it is used. Here also there are some drugs to read by you, diazepam, lorazepam and midazolam. Also diazepam, lorazepam, midazolam, these are, I will explain you in detail in the next chapter, but you can read it from the book. Now the third drug or the last drug from this general anesthetic category is the ketamine. Right? Ketamine produces dissociative amnesia. I want to tell you what the dissociative anesthesia means. Dissociative means patient will feel dissociated from the environment. He will be in the hospital, but he won't be feel like he is in the hospital. So that's called dissociative amnesia and dissociative anesthesia. Rapid acting anesthetic. This is also rapid acting anesthetic. Profound analgesia, immobility, and amnesia will be caused. Primary site of action is the cortex and subcortical areas. Eye remains open. Usually if you see the signs of it, eyes remains open. Heart rate, cardiac output and blood pressure goes high. Doses we can give 1 to 3 mg per kg IV or 5 mg per kg IM. Right? 10 to 15 minutes recovery starts. Within the 10 to 15 minutes the recovery will start. Amnesia will be there for 1 to 2 hours. Another symptoms will be active like delirium, hallucinations, involuntary movements occur in up to 50% patients, right, during the recovery phase. Wide margin of safety. This drug gives you the wide margin of safety. So where it is used mainly? It is used in diagnostics. Main purpose of this drug is used in diagnostic. When we need to provide the anesthesia to the lab animals, we utilize this drug with the combination of other drugs. Short surgical procedures like dental procedures and all, we can apply this. And in treatment of burns, in these cases the ketamine can be applied. So by this general anesthetics, you have seen certain class of drugs what I explained you here, and that ketamine is the last drug what we are discussing here in this case. The other drugs which are there, which you have to go through by your own, by the book.